Current mainstream desktop processors offer up to 8 cores and 16 threads, which is more than enough for the average consumer. But what if you're not the average consumer and you want or need more, but you don't want to spend a ridiculous amount more for it? Well, fortunately, thanks to AMD's new Threadripper CPUs, which are now available in Adamant Custom machines on our website, as well as on Amazon and eBay, you are afforded more choices. I'm David with Adamant Custom. Let's dive in. From enthusiast gaming to workstation prosumers, high-end desktop platforms offer high core count CPUs to help accelerate your workflow. For applications that are heavily threaded, like 3D rendering and encoding applications, having more cores can really speed up the productivity and performance of your machine. There are also good options for heavy multitasking, like live streaming while gaming and rendering out multiple types of content simultaneously. Intel has dominated the high-end desktop market for a long time, but that all changed when AMD's Threadripper CPUs and X399 motherboards showed up last year. This year, AMD announced their Threadripper 2000 series, launching their flagship processors, the 2990WX and 2950X first. On top of increasing the maximum core count from 16 to 32, AMD has made several improvements to the CPU lineup from the first generation. Clock-for-clock power consumption has been reduced, performance per watt has been increased, the single-core performance gap has been narrowed to 4% compared to Intel, memory latency has been reduced, they use less voltage than the first generation processors, and they are compatible with all X399 motherboards in stock configurations. Essentially, they're better than the first generation Threadripper CPUs in like every way. WX series CPUs like the 2990WX and 2970WX, which come with 32 and 24 cores respectively, are being recommended for heavy encoding, programming, and rendering workloads, whereas the X series, which includes up to 16 cores like the 2950X, are being recommended to enthusiasts for things like live streaming, gaming, and video editing. Due to the design of the WX series chips, single-threaded, lightly threaded, and poorly optimized multi-threaded software like gaming and streaming applications incur performance penalties. So if you're going to go with the WX series CPU, make sure that the software that you use can truly make use of those extra cores and is not heavily reliant on memory bandwidth. The updated Threadripper platform now supports up to 32 cores and 64 threads, up to 12 SATA ports, triple NVMe drives, 64 PCIe 3.0 lanes, a total of 22 USB ports, as well as overclocking and 4-way SLI and crossfire support. Today, it can handle up to 256 gigabytes of quad-channel memory, has ECC support, and when densities become larger, it can support up to 2 terabytes of RAM. It also features a host of AMD software and hardware features such as XFR2, Precision Boost 2, and Precision Boost Overdrive. Precision Boost 2 allows your CPU to dynamically adjust its own clock speed depending on how much performance your system needs at a given time, and XFR, or extended frequency range, increases the maximum frequency at which the processor can boost to depending on the thermal overhead that it has, as well as the quality of your CPU cooler. Boost typically only applies the maximum clock speed advertised for any given CPU to 1 or 2 cores. And in the past, if you wanted all of the cores to run at a higher clock speed, you would have to go in and manually overclock them, which isn't necessarily always a good thing, because when the computer is idling and not really doing much work, the processor still runs at that higher speed, which wastes energy and could reduce the lifespan of the component. Fortunately, with Precision Boost Overdrive, this is a thing of the past because the CPU can now automatically apply an all-core overclock to itself and dynamically adjust all of the involved variables so that you can perfectly balance performance, stability, energy efficiency, and I'm pretty sure I already said performance, but you get it, without having to do much extra work on your end. If you want the most performance out of the new CPUs, they require a good power supply, good liquid cooler, fast memory, and higher-end motherboards that have ample power delivery to keep the beast satiated. So be sure that you invest in a high-quality component so that your computer can perform at its absolute best. The performance of AMD processors are linked to the speed of your memory, and so you want to be sure that you get a fast kit. Typically, 3000 or 3200 megahertz kits are recommended. This machine features the 2950X CPU with a dual radiator liquid cooler from Thermaltake, 32 gigabytes of memory running at 2666 megahertz, the Asus X399 Gaming E motherboard, the flagship RTX 2080 Ti graphics card, and an 850-watt Thermaltake Tough Power Gold power supply housed in a Thermaltake mid-tower case. This configuration has 2 USB 2.0 and 2 USB 3.0 connections on the front panel, and on the back panel there are 8 USB 3.0 ports. There is also a USB 3.1 Type A and Type C connector, which runs twice as fast as USB 3.0. The video card has support for up to 4 monitors and features a Type-C port for VR headsets so that data, video, and audio can be transmitted over a single cable. You can configure and buy machines like these from Adamant Custom's website, as well as on Amazon and eBay. Compared to the Skylake X platform, AMD's Threadripper absolutely dominates multi-threaded workloads. It straight up crushes Intel in applications that involve things like 3D rendering and simulations, but for applications like photo manipulation, video editing, and gaming, it still lags behind Intel. So if you don't mind ponying up a bit more cash for more performance, more often than not, Intel is the better way to go. Though, if you just want more cores and want to get them in an affordable manner, then AMD Threadripper is a phenomenal way to go. That's all for today. If you liked this video, like this video. And if you don't mind, leave me some feedback in the comments below so that I can try to make these videos even better. And don't forget to share and subscribe. You can build and configure Adamant Custom machines at adamant.com and on Amazon and eBay. Links are in the description below. For behind the scenes information, make sure you follow us on Twitter. I'm David with Adamant Custom, and I hope you have a great day.